What's up, guys? It's the Mando here with another episode of Mando Reacts. Today we're going to be talking about the newest episode of The Mandalorian. This is the Ahsoka reveal, so really big episode. So I guess without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Mori. That's what I took away right away. That was a big thing for me, so maybe other people didn't care about it as much, but I really like seeing Mori. Mori, for those of you who do not know, is the owl bird thing that follows Ahsoka around, and she's basically the embodiment of the sister in the Mortis arc. So, as a big Clone Wars fan, I really enjoyed seeing her. I thought that was really cool. I mean, obviously, I guess you could say that it was implied that once we got Ahsoka, we would get Mori, but that was one of the little details that I thought was really cool, and I really liked it. I possibly will be doing a video a little bit more about the Mortis arc and Mori and the Clone Wars, just once I get a chance, so stay tuned for that, and we'll see where that goes. But that was one of the biggest takeaways. I absolutely loved this episode, though. First of all, let's tackle the big, elephant in the room. Ahsoka, live action. Holy crap. I was moved, to say the very least. I really enjoyed watching her on screen, watching her fight, her mannerisms, the way she spoke. Everything was, I think, as spot on as we could get for live action Ahsoka. I obviously am always going to hold Ashley Eckstein's Ahsoka very fondly in my heart, and, she's not going anywhere. So I definitely, will always enjoy the Clone Wars and stuff, but seeing Rosario Dawson, I thought she played the part perfectly, and I really enjoyed looking at the choreography, the fighting choreography. It was really beautiful fight scenes. You get to really see her come in and out of the shadows, and I thought that was really cool. So Ahsoka was a huge thing for me, and that's literally one of my favorite characters in this entire universe. So I really enjoyed seeing her again, and I think that a lot of people are now, finally being opened up to this new character and don't know a whole lot about her, and I hope that everyone learns more about her. I hope that people are inspired by this to go watch Clone Wars and watch Rebels, because I really feel like she's the main underlying character in both those shows. And to see her develop in Clone Wars was really a beautiful thing. I think, myself included, when we first saw Ahsoka, everyone was, I think, a little bit sketched out by the idea of her. Anakin having a Padawan, and just, it was odd for a lot of people, and I feel like being able to see her growth and really see her become one of the more loved characters in the franchise. I mean, now I consider her within my top 5 favorite characters in the entire franchise, which is, some of you guys might think that that's crazy, but I really, really enjoy seeing her progress, and that final season of the Clone Wars was all I needed to solidify that. And I mean, really, I felt that way in 6, but season 7 is really, really good. So Ahsoka was awesome, and I think I've gotten my point across as far as I really enjoy her as a character. So next, let's talk about Baby Yoda, the child, Grogu. So we finally learned what the child's name is, Grogu. They said that he was around during the Clone Wars and was actually raised in the temple on Coruscant, which is really cool. There's a lot of backstory that we could get into with that, and I really want to kind of unload that. You've got all of these. She said that there were several Jedi Masters that trained Grogu as a child. So you could possibly have Mace Windu having knowledge about Grogu, Yoda having knowledge about Grogu, and even possibly a Yoda-Yaddle connection, maybe. So I think that's kind of cool. And I really think that having this idea that more Jedi know about Grogu is really cool because it brings back the possibility that we could possibly get more Jedi down the line in The Mandalorian or in whatever spin-off TV series we end up seeing with Ahsoka. So I think that's a really cool, thought, and it'll be interesting to see what they do with that and how much of the child's past we can uncover. Obviously, we're going to uncover more when they go to Tython. I don't really know a whole lot about Tython. I did a little bit of research. So from what I understand, Tython is the historic home of the Jedi where the Force originated. And I won't really be able to do it justice by speaking in this video. So if you do want to see a really in-depth video, Star Wars Theory has a video uploaded on his channel. And you can go watch it. I think he does a great job basically summing up what the planet is. So next thing I want to talk about is that name drop with Thrawn. I thought that was awesome. Let me just say, I just finished reading a majority of the Thrawn comic books, and holy crap. This has got to be by far one of my favorite characters to come out of this universe. I mean, seeing him in Rebels, he's so cool and calculated. I loved seeing him, and we still don't know what happened to him. The last time that we saw Thrawn, he was slingshotted into outer space with Ezra, and Ahsoka went looking for him. So, obviously, this takes place after that, and Ahsoka seems to be hot on his trail. So, I think that's a really cool thing, and I'm really excited to see where he's at, what he's doing, because realistically, he could be helping form the Imperial Remnant, which would be a really cool concept in and of itself. He might actually be setting up for the First Order. So I think that's awesome. And another thing that really could be kind of cool is to see his character kind of change. You might see him and Ezra try to work together to basically get himself out of that situation. So I think that's awesome. I think that's a really cool thing. And I love to see that she's basically tracking Thrawn. Now, the question remains, where's Sabine in all this? We haven't seen her, obviously, in Mando. So, she left with Ahsoka the last time we saw her. The last time you see Ahsoka, she's leaving with Sabine to go track Ezra. So, we only see Ahsoka here, and there's no mention of Sabine. So, I'm kind of curious if we're going to see her later on in the series, or maybe way later on in like an Ahsoka series, or how that's going to work. But I'm excited to see where she comes into play with all of this, and I think it'll be really cool. So the next thing I want to talk about is that Beskar spear. You get some really cool fight scenes between Ahsoka and the Magistrate. I thought that was awesome, seeing the Beskar block the lightsaber. And even one of the cooler parts was when Ahsoka sneaks up on Mando and like he's blocking her saber hits with his Beskar. That was pretty sick. The white sabers look awesome on screen. I thought they looked cool in Rebels. Like, seriously, I was fanboying hard when I see all these fight sequences and she's in the dark and that's the only light. I thought that looked really cool. So visually, this was a beautiful episode. It felt very dark. The background felt very dark, but you definitely get the sense that Ahsoka is the light. So I thought that was really cool. And another thing I kind of wanted to get to is at the end of the episode, you get this portion where Ahsoka is talking to Grogu and the Mando and basically telling him that let Grogu pick his own path, go to Tython, and once he's there, he can choose his own path. And a Jedi might come looking for them. So a lot of people have speculated what Jedi could come looking for him. Obviously, like she says, there's not many of them around anymore. So the question then becomes, who even could? And I know a lot of people are throwing Luke Skywalker out there, and me personally would love to see that, like a de-aged Luke Skywalker come back, and I would really enjoy that. But I would love to speculate a little bit about, what if we see Ezra? What if Ezra's the one who actually comes back and senses Grogu and wants to take him on that path? Obviously, we haven't seen Ezra, and maybe he's developed a little bit more as a Jedi by the time this is going on. So I think that would be really cool. And I'm not saying that it has to be Ezra, but another thing is maybe Cal Kestis. I think that would be really interesting. You know, Cal Kestis, we don't know where he's been, what he's been doing. So I think that would be really cool to see Cal Kestis come back. And that was one of my favorite characters playing the Jedi Fallen Order game. I thought he was very well crafted. And obviously, you can get that actor to come back and reprise his role. So I think that would be really cool to see Cal Kestis. But overall, I felt like it was a great episode. You get some really cool fight scenes between Ahsoka and these random, like guards that are for the magistrate, this army that she's put together. I thought that was really cool. And her and the Mando teaming up, obviously this is the stuff out of the Clone Wars. This is stuff out of the TV shows, the cartoons we used to watch when everyone would call us, crazy nerdy fanboys. But it's awesome. I thought all of it was really cool. You get that really cool quick draw scene between Mando and the magistrate's second-hand man. That was really cool. So overall, I felt like the episode was really good, and I really enjoyed it. Can't wait for the next one. I am always on the edge of my chair, like waiting all week long for Thursday night to watch. Friday morning, whatever. I love it. Absolutely love it. So I am going to try to start getting these videos out a little bit quicker. I've been kind of working, so it's been a little bit difficult, but I'm going to try to get more content out as we keep going. So stick around, definitely stay tuned. I definitely want to do more of these arcs from the Clone Wars that I think are really important. There's a lot of little filler episodes in the Clone Wars that I feel like a lot of people don't like to watch. So if I can kind of break down the important parts of the Clone Wars and maybe give you my take on them, it might help the more casual fan who just wants to understand little things. And I can add the context there. So definitely be looking out for that. And I'll also be doing, the rest of the season of The Mandalorian. And I might even go back and do the ones that I've already missed. So definitely stay tuned for that. I really enjoyed this episode. I can't wait to see more Ahsoka. I can't wait to see more Grogu. I enjoyed all of it. And like I said, stick around. There's going to be a lot of content here. So that's, I guess, been it for me. I have spoken. This is the way. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe. This has been the Merry Mando. Enjoy the rest of your day, and may the Force be with you.